athletes become sensitive sometimes about ducking and dodging. But you also have to realize that there's politics behind a lot of this too.
There's some people who had some issues with what I was saying in the pull-out game video. When athletes, plural, pull out of events, they need to do it earlier and they need to make a public statement. They need to say something to the audience. The video wasn't to say Shelly is one of the people that are just pulling out and not, you know what I'm saying, not being honest. It's not my place to really judge that. All I said was, look, it needed to be announced more professionally. It's important for her to connect and be like, look, I'm not running because of such and such, not just a press release. What do you think about that?
But you also have to realize it's not the fact that people just show up or don't show up. It's also the fact that people are supposed to be paid a certain amount and don't get paid a certain amount, or they have a standard of payment and that standard of payment has not been met. Or people may be sick, people may be injured, people may have knickknacks. Let's be honest. Shelly-Ann showing up for a race like that, on the heels of possibly racing Sha'Carri, she wants to be on her A game. As anybody would want to be on their A game. So it's not about just like you ducking, you dodging, we want to see you run. It's the fact that when you're a heavyweight in the game, we want to see you at your best. And then let's see that battle happen.
The athletes are obviously very important. We've taken that athlete route. We can identify with that. But it's not only about the athletes when it comes to the growth of the sport. Like, there has to be a respect on both sides. The pull-out thing is becoming a theme. Especially if I was a new fan going to something and it's known for stars pulling out. After a while, man, this sport, yeah.
It is. Like I said, you can't always blame the athlete. I'll give you a perfect example. In Doha 2015, I ran 9.7. My next race was going into Beijing. I tweaked my hamstring at the Doha race, like the last 10 meters. Didn't tell anybody except my agent and my coach knew about the situation. We decided to tell the meet promoter in Beijing at the time, like, hey, we're not at our best, got a little tweak, but we're coming, and we want to see if it's like a day-by-day kind of situation so we can be on the track and get ready. Literally, on the day of the race, he decides, I'm not healthy enough, and he says, well, you have to leave the hotel. Like, I got to leave the hotel, and I got to go fly wherever I got to go fly to. So it's like, what do I do as an athlete? Do I out him and say, hey, I was going to race, I had a little tweak, but I was going to race, and he kicked me out, y'all.
Are you likely to get in trouble if you were to be open about something like that during that time?
Open, like, to the public?
Yeah.
But you've been in the game. You know how track and field is.
Yeah, I've been in the game, but I haven't been in a position where I'm like as influential as you were. So if you're in a situation where, like, I don't know, you got to say something.
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say, hey, y'all got kicked out the meet because the meet promoter didn't want me to run?
I mean, it's the truth. And then we know.
It is the truth, but then it's on the back of the fact that you're making someone who pays you look embarrassed publicly.
There's implications that can happen in the future.
Exactly.
You talked to Shelly?
I haven't talked to her in a while, man. We have really good conversations when we do talk, man. She is...
God, bring her on the show, yo.
She deep, man. She deep.
No, you need to bring her on the show.
I don't know. She might be mad at you, though, bro. She might be mad at you.
Man, I could talk to her about it. I think she would see eye to eye with me as far as some of that stuff, yo. Shelly should be a huge star. And these are opportunities to connect with the fans. How can you not like Shelly? Yo, you ever heard Shelly speak? Yo, you hear her speech at the Laureus Awards?
I pray that you'll be an inspiration to all Jamaican young girls, mainly the girls from my Pocket Rocket Foundation, to know that there's no limits when you believe what you believe and continue to work hard, continue to inspire the next generation of women to understand that we are strong, we are powerful, and most importantly, we are fearless. So thank you very much.
She's that engaging, she's that eloquent, she's beautiful, she's accomplished. At some point, she could take Seb's job. I would love to see her in a position like that.
She come a long way from being a little shy girl who was on the scene, not speaking much, to being very on top of her game.
Yo, man, she's a figure. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like for someone like her, especially, there should be a level of professionalism that exceeds what the norm is. In track and field, like, there's always so many evolutions because the sport has just progressing at such a rapid rate. So this week it was announced the newest innovation, indoors, as in indoor track and field, is now going to be called short track.
I like that though.
I don't like it. Are you serious, Doc?
Yeah, I do.
I think short track is corny, yo. I think it's copying speed skating, and I feel like we have bigger problems and bigger things to think about in the world of track and field than whether or not we're going to change indoors to short track in the middle of May.
Yeah, but you looking at it from a perspective of you are a true track and field fan. They're trying to gain more attention and more fans to come into the sport. You telling a person who's trying to get into the sport, who's going to be really confused and say, hold on, y'all got 2 seasons in 1 season? So you got an indoor season and you got an outdoor season all in 1 year? How does that work? What are we doing? You know?
I think the word indoor was clear enough as to why it's different. Like, does it take a long time for ideas to come to fruition or something? Because why are we on this? Why are we on? why is it news? Yeah, we got
to make sure you say that shit correctly. No more indoors. We don't know what you're talking about, son. The short track. Oh, shout out to Will, dog. You did your thing, boy.
Oh, this guy's back in the mix. We could actually talk about Bermuda with him, yo, because you know what I'm saying. He was up close to the tower situation. It was an on-ground reporter. Let me see if we get Will up in here, yo. Pick up the one named Will Claye.
What's going on?
What's good, man?
Your job was just announced that you were hired as our on-ground correspondent. Yeah, please share your experience first with how you did.
Oh man, I told y'all I was going out there to, you know what I'm saying, make a statement. I was going out there to make a statement. I feel like I've been getting tried in the game. They think I'm washed. So, you know, I had to go ahead and put it down on them boys. You know, that's simple as that.
So that's how you're feeling. You're feeling like people think you're washed.
Absolutely. I'm out here unsponsored. I ain't getting into Diamond League meets. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no appearance fees no more. I'm getting roommates. Hey, so I'm going to have to take that out on everybody on the track. They going to have to feel it.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
Yo, it's funny because that's a thing. When you get roommates again, yo, you know.
Hey, you be in the room.
Shit ain't what it was, yo. Shit ain't what it was.
Knock on the door and the key slide in there and you be like, oh, shit.
Bro, I'm fuming hot immediately. As soon as I get in the door, I'm like, ooh, they going to feel me this meet. I ain't had no roommates since like 2011, 2012.
So to all the fans out there, all the people listening in, y'all gotta understand how this shit works. So there be times where you have roommates, but sometimes you don't get to pick your roommate. You can be rooming with a Kenyan, you can be rooming with a thrower, you can be rooming with the guy that's gonna be right next to you in the same race, dog.
Hell yeah.
I had a triple jumper in my room. We was roommates. He was cool, but it was just the fact that like, dang, like y'all.
You got a roommate. Nah, this is what it symbolizes, dog.
Yeah. It's been too long since I've meddled, basically. It's what they saying. So it's like, all right, cool. Whoever it is y'all got in this meet, I'm just gonna have to destroy him.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to talk about that 100, yo, in Bermuda.
I mean, it was plain and simple. That boy Christian shot out and he just took it. Gat knows better than I do, but I believe that it looked like Noah closed a lot better than he did because Christian was slowing down. But that 100 right there, Christian took him out of that race early and never looked back. That
race is more of a bad blood kind of situation anyway, where they become like that kind of rivals. Yeah. They opposite ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean? One has super top end speed, one has a hella fast start. And to mix that together is going to always be exciting.
That's a fact.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay. I've said Omnial is getting a medal, and I've been heard saying Christian's going to get one of the medals. Okay? So I've spoken favorably of Christian, obviously. Yeah. But Noah won that race.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't, bro.
No. I'm not talking about actually winning. I'm talking about what he got out of it. He knows that he can close bars.
I don't think so.
That was for you, Will. Will, that was for you, dog. Will, that was for you, yo. Okay. He knows he can close.
Okay.
And Christian had the relay before. He actually had a round to loosen up, yo.
But
Noah didn't have that. I don't think Noah left that meet upset.
Unless Christian slacks in his start in the transition, I don't feel Noah will ever get the best of him again. Noah needs to work on his start. Noah's rival in the situation is the fastest starter in the world. So to combat that, you need to find someone that's close enough to practice with to start like that. If he's starting with people that are average starters at practice and then goes against the best starter in the world, that's like night and day. Yeah. You can't hold a candle to the sun. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Noah is an excellent starter when it comes to the 200, but I think that he needs to have a sense of urgency. It seems like he procrastinates in his start because he's trying to build his rhythm when it needs to be more aggressive from the start. If he's even in shoulder length, like to touch Coleman, then it's a wrap.
Let's talk about Tara and Quanesha. You actually, I saw you on TV. You were right there, dog.
Bro, they had it going nuts. They had the stadium going crazy because Quanesha was in the lead. She was in the lead by 1 centimeter, like the whole competition. Then Tara gets on the runway. She gets on that runway, man, and like she just knows how to get it going. She had the crowd going nuts. And just her energy, bro, you feel it. She comes down there, bro, boom. They measure it, 7'11". She goes crazy. Her and her training partner, both right there, going crazy. Quanesha and Tara, they did what they had to do, and I think they both won from it, too. It was good for their event, and that's just round one.
The way you've explained it and described it and how live it was, they didn't capture that. Not on TV.
Tara just jumped in the
see that.
Shouts out to Tara, man.
You should bring her in.
Yo, big up the one named Tara. Yo, what if she heard us giving her ratings? Yo?
You should bring her in, man. She a star, man.
Big up the one named Tara.
What's up, boys?
What's up, lady?
My ears were burning.
They were burning, huh? Yeah,
Your
we were talking
ears
about
was
shit.
What's next? I think it was a great lead up. You know what I'm saying? Great beef that led up to a great competition, right? Because I love what you gave that short interview you did with Lewis afterwards. You was like, look, I'm just trying to bring eyes to my event, to my sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right now it's just the European tour. I got to take it overseas. I got to show the overseas crowd what I'm about and what long jump is about. Long jump has died, and the girls are still jumping far, but no one wants to pay attention because from the eyes, it's boring.
It's funny you brought up the whole European thing because I would love to see you and Jasmine Sawyers in the competition, yo. Yeah, I feel like that would be, both of y'all will bounce off each other, you know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing out here. She's a star out here.
Absolutely.
And I feel like with how she jumped indoors, is she kind of like one of the targets because she beat the world indoor champion and the Olympic champion just recently in the European Championships?
Yes and no. I mean, she hit 7 meters one time.
How many times have you hit 7 meters?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
But the other women in the jumps, like Ivana and Humbo and all them, they've hit 720, 730. So I'm like, that's who I'm striving to go after. That's who I want to be after. And, I'm watching Jasmine's jumps, and she's improving left and right every day, and I can see it. But I want to see someone who's consistently jumping over 7 meters, who's consistently top dog, like Ivana. She's nonstop jumped 7 meters for 7 years straight. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I'm trying to be after.
You said these girls have been jumping pretty far these past few years, but the long jump has been dead. What do you feel like besides everyone jumping far, what is needed then, like, for it to just be popping?
What I'm doing now. Long jumpers are so quiet and so like, oh, I gotta focus. Nah, dude, like, let's go. Like, I want to hear your voice. I want to hear, like, as soon as they jump a big one, they're like, and then nothing else. That has to be every time you jump. Like, it has to be vocal, and we're just so silent. We get an hour and a half on a runway. Mic is up. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways to get creative with you guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even the way the drama was built up with you and Quanesha, even if some some drama just happened to build up with you and Jasmine, right?
I'm
Going into the meet, we need to know about it. Like, it needs to be a constant theme that's brought up throughout the broadcast, and we need to be down there seeing y'all, seeing y'all interacting with each other. We want to feel what Will felt when he was talking about what happened with you, Bermuda. That's what we want to feel.
That was one of the most drama-filled events of the day, though. Like, when Tara got on the runway on that last jump, it was like, oh, like, is she gonna do it? Like, Quanesha just fouled. She gonna do it? And then, boom, you see it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that looked like she did it. And then she just goes crazy. Crown me. Run me my money. I'm like, oh, my God. I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, yeah. Even if it was if someone else did that and beat me, like, oh, I'm coming next time.
Exactly.
Like, and that
I'm gonna be in the work next time.
Yeah, and that's gonna elevate how I come next time. I gotta jump further next time. Like,
right.
You're not about to keep doing that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we are battling every single jump. We are going head to head every single jump, every single round. People don't realize that because the marks don't show that. The marks just come up on the screen one time and that's it. We need the commentators to be like, okay, so we have first, second, third, and they are battling back and forth. Oh, shoot, 6th place is now in 1st place. Like, they don't say those things, and they just say the marks. And like, oh, well, someone took the lead, blah, blah, blah. It's boring.
Right.
I want to see it keep going, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We
And
only
you
need that one
will. You will see it keep going.
That's what-
I'm just, like, on my savage shit right now. Like, I don't care. I put all this work in to not be saying, what are you talking about?